Okay, here we are at New York, and we've just docked. It's about 7:30 in the morning, and we pulled alongside this berth where Concorde is on display. And also alongside a aircraft carrier.
Is it an aircraft carrier?
Yes, which obviously is an old one. There's some aircraft on yes, on the decks. That's the city. That's all across the bay.
By two men, Calvert Vaux and Vertiglo Olmsted. They got designed Central Park because it won a contest. Most of the big parks before Central Park were like Versailles, very balanced, very geometric. Each one has park down. In fact, the neighborhood's landmark. So now, when we had some new buildings that clashed, now if they build a new building, it's got to.
Kinds of restaurants. Go there, 46 between 8th and 9th, or go right to Hell's Kitchen at 9th Avenue. A lot of good restaurants there. Neighborhood restaurants. New York, thanks for taking this tour. Please wait. Discharge will be when we cross this intersection and stop at the curb. Just be patient. We appreciate the tour. Appreciate my...
And we're on top of this tour bus. This is the view of Times Square.
Okay, it's back. Okay, man. Have your husband back. Okay, well, you're looking good. Yeah. What's that?
And showrooms of many famous designers for clothing, men's, women's, and children's clothing that are designed here in New York. And that's in front of you down 7th Avenue, mainly between 42nd Street here and 31st Street. But what you are seeing here on 42nd Street, if you ever wanted to be a Broadway star, go into this McDonald's, the 47th Street. Lots of theaters, lots of restaurants. All this and more on our green building is the Port Authority bus terminal, the largest bus terminal in the United States. Please sit down. Please sit down. Please sit down. Please do not stand up because they're to our left. As you see going up now, that's going to be the new office building for the New York Times newspaper. The building we saw with the flagpole, that is the second office building for the New York Times newspaper, and that's why that area, most people taking my tour never ever here. Now we're going to head down 34th Street towards our next stop, Macy's. Over on your far left, you'll see the Macy's sign, and then the stop after Macy's will be the
Empire State Building.
Somebody's asking about the United Nations. We will pass the United Nations later on the tour. However, at $50 million, it came in at 41.9. That reason is because it was built during the Depression. And people here on your left, the two gold top buildings, the one with the clock on it. The Metropolitan Life on July 1st, and they change the decorations every month. July 1st, it was 97 degrees. They were putting Ken. This is where Barbie dumped Ken, right here on your right. This is where Ken met Steve in New York, and then they moved back to San Francisco. All that happened right here on your right. In front of you, you see the triangle-shaped building with the curtain on it, of September 11th. When they looked straight ahead of the bus, beyond the water tower sticking up in front of us, the center. In New York City, we were, have you seen my husband, my wife, Ground Zero, and of course that's very important about September 11th from this memorial here. Please sit down now. On your left, behind the trees, you're going to see our two courthouses. The two buildings with the columns and the steps in front of them that you'll see on the far left after we turn. Some of you may recognize these courthouses. Junior Mafia trial, that happened there as well. When that Mafia trial was in session, or any other Mafia, the municipal building, the columns, the three names in New York, New Amsterdam, Manhattan, New York, that's our local government. Bend down.
What's the neighboring?
Here on your right, through the trees, you see the top of the municipal building with the gold statue on it. 13, that was the tallest building in the world at the time, the corporate headquarters for the world. It's about September 11th. If you have one, you can record it there, and that'll be part of the museum. That will be the glass dome, the Greenland fence, the line grams there, one block to your right.
A very good choice for that to blend in there. But also a plaque under the bridge there, a copper plaque indicating where George Washington is. And also to the left, folks, one of our very distinctive buildings here, the municipal building. You can see the upper reaches of the building, very unusual in the United States. This was originally a Lowe's movie house before becoming the temple. And just ahead of us, the entrance arch here for the Manhattan Bridge done by Ferry. Who else designed the New York Public Library? But we're going to head up first and over to Adams, so it's not coming up immediately. Just as soon as we get over on Adams Street, I'll let you know, and we're going to be pulling over to Marriott for those of you who know. The Eagle newspaper was located. The Eagle newspaper, one of the most widely read and circulated papers in the country for a number of years. Walt Whitman was the editor and publisher for 2 years until he was fired.
Oh, you can't stand up.
Supposedly he was fired because his boss accused him of being lazy and indolent and unreliable. We'll pull up in just a moment, folks. Scheduled chamber music performances in the world not faring well. When the British Armada arrived in New York Harbor with 400 ships, it was the largest deployment of the British naval fleet that had ever been launched, and those ships arriving with twice as many. Actually considered a very ugly bridge, especially in Paris and Brooklyn Bridge. And there's one about that building that Brooklyn of the U.S. were located, as I said, the USS Ferry and the USS Staten and many other famous battleships were manufactured here in Brooklyn. This tower, very on the distance track that to a standard stone roof of the city park. This building is the early 80s. They actually got a wonderful deal from the city. The city built a whole subway station just across the East River from their main headquarters building. You can see this aluminum, this slanted building here, just to the right of the Chrysler building. That's the city clerk headquarters building on 53rd Street, Lexington. The fastest way to get from that building to their back office building in Long Island City is to take the E or F subway line. It's about 3 or 4 minutes. You couldn't get them faster by helicopter, taxi, or any other for back office operations for Long Island City. And then studies were done, environmental studies. There was a lot of toxicity and chemicals, many serious environmental issues. So back office operations never took off there. As we saw at the all concentrated in Brooklyn, City Group when we went out there on Long Island City all by itself. There's the tower again. You can see it's kind of like an aqua blue tower. Trade Center Twin Towers on September 11, 2001. The observation deck is on the 86th floor. The deck is open from 9:30 in the morning till 12 midnight. You'd want to get in by about 11:15 to give yourself some time to get up there. On a clear day, not quite like today, but on a clearer day,
we're at ground zero, and I'm a piece of the structure they left. It was in the cross. Alright, we're on the Staten Island ferry, which is a free ferry. This is the view we get.
רגע, איפה היום נדלים?
Right, we're now on this Staten Island ferry, Staten Island, and just about to start back to Manhattan. That's the ferry, and as you can read on the side, it's a free ferry. It runs all day and all night between the two places. Okay, and in the distance is a suspension bridge.
All crew members, I forgot. All crew members.